Niggas can't speak my language.
Please don't quit your day job. You're very talented, but singing is not one of those talents.
And is singing your talent?
No,
that's
why I don't do it.
I realized something. Today marks the first day of cuffing season, but that ain't the topic for today.
I thought cuffing season starts in the fall. Summer is not over. Summer ends
September 23rd.
Exactly. So all y'all pumpkin spice love it. I mean, PJ,
Yes,
I love
bring
it.
the fall
We
on.
love the pumpkin spice.
Yes.
All y'all pumpkin spice loving fall folks wearing a scarf. Though you live in the tropics nonsense. Hold that off. Okay, I'm still drinking my margaritas and wearing bikinis. Well, I've never worn a bikini, but still, that's not the point.
Technically, summer is over. It's back to school. And that's
summer ends September 24th.
We understand that. But I'm saying it's back to school. Technically, but we know at the end of August when school open, summer over.
But we also live in the Bahamas where we're perpetual summer. We have summer,
Christmas,
springish.
Yeah. Summer when August. I'm like,
we might have
August was hot, you know.
Who you telling? We might have a nice, crisp breeze every now and then. Like we had today, it was nice and rainy. It was bringing the fall. Cool. It was nice and cool. It had the fall elements going on.
Yeah.
Because normally summer showers just be like, it's raining, but I feel like I'm in a boiling shower.
Yeah, and then when it stops raining, you have that humidity that kills you.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you all. No, not thank y'all yet. We just starting. Welcome to another episode of Tool for Cartoons.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Watching cartoons separates you from others.
Thank y'all for tuning into our podcast every month and supporting us so that we can still do this.
For sure. We're going to try to get it more beneficial. We got some deals and things coming up. You might see Tool for Cartoons 2025 hosted a panel at a con near you. We got to get more stamps in the cruise passport, but that'll be later announced. So, welcome to Tool for Cartoons. I'm the awesome godfather, Jesse Sama, joined by my lovely co-host to the right of me.
Hold on, chewing.
She's chewing. This is the lady Archeria.
Hi, it's me, everybody's favorite.
And again, we're missing Gabe due to circumstances.
Gabe quitting us.
Yeah,
We're breaking up. He's breaking up the trio. He's done.
Gabe, you turned into Archie. Archie was on this roll 2022.
Gabe literally got too old for cartoons.
Yeah, Gabe is too important for us now. He quit us.
Oh, man.
And then you say, I need them next.
I'm official now.
It's like I overcharged my schedule. But, so
he's booked and busy. We're proud of him.
So hopefully we get Gabe back for the fall because this way, was it August? Yeah, Gabe episodes in August always is be supreme. Or early September because that's when we did the Church Boys. That's when we did the pool party. So we have some classics in August and September. But
September is also the best month ever.
Yeah, it was Archie's birthday. Your birthday's on the 12th, right?
10th.
The 10th.
Yeah, it's a big birthday. I'm turning 40.
You didn't say what you was gonna do.
Tell you off mic.
All right.
Yes, I will save you a slice of cake. I didn't even think about the cake. Now I got to think about the cake.
So
now I must think about my cake.
So
if I get cake.
If she gets cake. So the first topic, words mean things.
Words mean things.
That's interesting. I haven't seen a phone have a charging port on the side in a long time.
Yeah, I just saw it just now.
It's like
so.
This a bubble?
I'll save that. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for my community announcements as to why I have a different phone. We'll get to that. Okay. So our word today is I just lost it. Hold on. Right. Asperity.
Asperity.
I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Or asperity.
You sound like Prophet Lawrence Rowe.
Harsh in tone. Anachronism. Something out of place for the time period. And then we're going to go to our phrases. Where did that one? To butter someone up, which means to impress someone with flattery. Origin. This was a customary religious act in ancient India. To devout would throw butterballs at the statues of their gods to seek favor and forgiveness. Sorry, now that image is in my head. Like a crowd of people just standing around like a statue of a deity, just like, a ball of butter. And then we have mad as a hatter, which is one of my favorite phrases.
Didn't we just have that before?
No.
I feel like we talked about mad as a hatter.
Probably, because I say it a lot.
Yeah.
To be completely crazy.
Yeah, I like that phrase.
Right. So most people think it comes from the Lewis Carroll book Alice in Wonderland, which most people don't realize was a book before it was a movie.
Like most movies.
Yeah. Its origins date from the 17th and 18th century. In 17th century France, poisoning occurred among hat makers who used mercury for the hat felt. The Mad Hatter disease was marked by shyness, irritability, and tremors that would make the person appear mad. So mad as a hatter. And Gabe is in here, so
I'm so sick of this one.
it's like I'm done. I quit. So I got a random fact for y'all.
Okay.
So you know how we do the thing where we poured one out for the homies?
Yeah.
And
Where
most
did
people-
that come from?
I actually came from ancient Greek.
I can
I'm from
believe it.
Greece, where back in the day they would pour out libations to honor their fallen soldiers and their dead. So that is where pouring out one for the homies comes from. And this has been Words Mean Things and your random fact.
Thank
no
you for
favorite
that.
adage today.
All right. Community announcements.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
DreamCon was great. Had an interesting experience. Never been to Austin, Texas before.
What was the smell like? Let me stop.
I mean,
Continue.
it was a lot of homeless people and a lot of junkies around.
I meant in the con itself.
I
I was joking. Don't answer that.
It wasn't really sting. I always find my best way to avoid the crowds. I feel like it went by too quick. And like the only thing might go to great with that con is that most of the programming is around the influencers, so it's like long lines to everything.
Why though?
I don't know. Like I mean, that's that's what most of the attendees come for is to, let me go see this biggest star. Like every event is like that. So it's like you don't even have no smaller other programming where people could just go and
Like
chill.
a panel or something like that.
Yeah, with not big. If it's a panel, it's always with some big star.
All right, let's start from the beginning. For those who don't know, what is DreamCon?
DreamCon is a convention, anime game cosplay convention that is owned by our DC World, the world famous YouTubers, and it's more seen as an influencer con. People go there to stream, people go there to network. It's like a who's type of thing. So,
So it's a convention started by YouTubers for influencers, essentially.
exactly. So, it was cool. I saw a lot of my old friends. Went there to promote GomCon, was on the big screen stage. Seeing me and like everybody like, GomCon, what's GomCon? So, GomCon is happening at the end of the year. We have a panel there that hasn't been announced yet. We have so much other things that's been announced. A lot of things have been going on that we can't talk about yet. But, this and the last lap of the year is going to be very interesting and going to set us up great for the future.
Yeah.
And other community announcements, did you watch Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yes. But so tell me, because I like the cosplay. What are some really cool cosplays you saw at DreamCon? And what cosplays did you do?
So I was Meliodas, Kisuke Urahara, and Nanami Kento for 3 days. Mm-hmm. Actually, I was in a YouTube video too where I fell down trying to run Toji. Like we had a race and I ran in boots and then I slid and fell in the video.
I want to see this video.
Yeah. So I was with my friend. Shout out to Truth. Happy belated birthday. What else happened? I met this cool Black Panther cosplayer that made all his costumes from scratch, and
nice.
He had the Shambhala beads, where actually it taps your phone and sends all his info to. So
nice.
bro, I can still hit you up for one of them. There was a lot of great costumes. It's a lot of great cosplays. A lot of different influences. You know what was really interesting to me? That I was in like parties. It felt like, even though it was complete strangers, everyone in this party I have on my Instagram, which was weird because it's like, oh, I seen you before and we follow each other and we this and that, but you don't recognize someone outside of them being all dressed up. So it made me realize like how small the community is.
Yeah.
And like how easy it just is. Like, we just have this fun-loving space that I always like to be frequently a part of.
I mean, that's a good thing that people have a space that they can just be themselves.
Yeah. But it's really normal once you remove the whole cosplaying gaming element. It's just people enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And hanging around with friends and having a good time with friends and taking pictures. It's like show and tell, like when you was in kindergarten and you was going to your friend and you was like, yo, I gonna show this tomorrow or that tomorrow. So,
Well, then it's like finding your space, a safe space. So that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, even though there's some controversy there with this IRL streamer going around trying to clown people.
Tell me.
Yeah. He was like trying to clown people.
What does IRL stand for?
In real life.
Right, I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Maybe it was like a company or something.
And so like he was going around like, yo, why are all these people cosplaying and where the bodies at and all this other stuff? And it's
so
like,
he came. Hold on, pause. Yeah. He came. Let me just make sure I get this straight for the record. Tracks notes. He came to anime, gaming, nerd, geek culture convention.
Yeah.
And was surprised that people were cosplaying.
Yes. I was. So
I'm
he was trying to joke, but no,
because that is a part of the culture.
Yeah, and the whole community got on him to where he apologized that same day.
Where the bodies at? It's always dudes that don't bathe.
Nah. Like, yeah.
It's always the dude, because always the dudes who say that is like, sir, did you bathe today? Did you brush your teeth?
Or do you just like open
Did you
your
wipe
eyes?
your backside?
Yeah. But the bodies, they nice and juicy.
But dudes who say that, I wouldn't even say don't have game, is like...
No, most of them say don't have game because it's like, bro, you don't have to create a vibe. Just go up and...
See, for me, I hate that term, God game. It's like, if you would just treat women like as actual human beings and speak to them as actual people, as opposed to objects that are only here for your entertainment, then you wouldn't have problems. And then most of the time, and I get it, it's scary to talk to people when you're attracted to them. It is incredibly scary.
I mean, it's scary just to see like, hey, mama, how it was saying.
No, it's scary for me. Like, I'm not great. Not everybody, some people are shy and not great at approaching people, right? Mm. But it's... Also, like, do you take care of yourself? Do you bathe? Do you take care of your proper hygiene and all that, right? And then it's like, oh, well, girls don't like dirty dudes. No, she don't like you because your personality horrible, your hygiene horrible. Because then these dudes approach you, because I've had the experience, and you'd be like, oh, I like so-and-so. Then it's like, okay, do you like real anime? Give me 5 anime. Tell me what costume Batman wore in version 57 that was created in 1962. Like, nonsense like that. You gatekeep and then be like, girls are like, no, y'all just weird. Stop being weird.
Yeah, so he was being weird.
You know this is one of my favorite rants.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Because I've heard it at least 15, 29.
Because dudes will not stop being... Girls do it too. There's some girls that do it.
No, but it's...
Stop being weird.
It's those dudes. And then, another phrase for DreamCon is CreamCon. Other than CloudCon.
I'm going to regret this. Why is it called CreamCon?
Because people think you come there to get your rocks off. Why is this ripped already?
I don't know. Your table. Do people come there to... I mean, I can see it. I feel like it's probably like spring break. Like, not saying it's spring break for nerds. I mean, but it's when you go to anything like that, is people meeting new people, and some people are going to hook up.
No, of course, that happens at any con, but it's like... That's where these dudes come with that intent. Like it's like I watched.
It shouldn't be your intention.
Yeah. Like I watched the Freaknik documentary last week Sunday, and not comparing it to, but like.
No, I'm saying that the Freaknik documentary was in what I expected. It was not great. We'll talk about that later. Go back to what you were saying.
Yeah, so it started off as something positive and it turned into, okay, everybody loving and expressing with their sexuality to people start being predatory.
Yeah.
And start coming there just...
Like lots of rapes happened and stuff like that.
So it's like, it's the same thing. It's like people start coming, I'm trying to get laid. I'm trying to find the bodies. I'm trying to, so,
And it's like, but you're missing the whole purpose of it.
Yeah. So, But yeah, that was good. And then that ended my con season. While I was there, I was watching Deadpool and Wolverine. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did get it. I want to talk about the Freaknik documentary, but later.
The what?
The Freaknik documentary, since you brought it up, but later.
All right.
I did watch Deadpool and Wolverine. Are we spoiling it? I mean, it's been out long.
It's been out like over a month.
Okay, so the thing is, before I watched it, right, the only spoiler I had is someone was saying about Dance Pool, and they were talking about the dude doing like the bye 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 thing, and like how it was Ryan Reynolds dancing, which when I watched it, part of me was like, I could see it being Ryan Reynolds because his kind of vibe, but it's also very clear that the person who's dancing has professional experience.
Yeah.
Isn't, because apparently he didn't know what he was doing. They just only showed up, signed an NDA, and he had half an hour to learn it. And people's like, it's not that difficult. It seems like it's not that difficult.
But just to have it. No, what he's trying to do, not really just learn the steps, but you're trying to be as good as how NSYNC performed it.
Well, he said it wasn't even just learning the steps, because, you could pull it off, is the steps and also the movement in that suit. That suit doesn't allow for the same kind of movement. Right? But even with NSYNC, it took them a while to learn it. And people are like, but it's not complicated. And what you have to realize is people who are actually dance, it doesn't look that complicated because they make it look easy. But when you try to do it, it's like, because, it's simple. The moves are simple, but it's the steps, it's the quick succession of it.
It's not just the steps, but it's the movement of the upper body too.
Yeah, and the quick succession of it to make it look flawless. But I love that intro. I was here for it.
Yeah. You can stop.
Drinking in the mic, sorry.
No, but it's just shaking too.
Oh no, she's shaking the table. Y'all gonna get the reference. Never mind. Let's see. I did. So you watched it with thoughts?
I really enjoyed the movie. I love the fan service that it get. It's predicated on fan service. I was in the theater. I joke on. So like when all of them was happening, it was like, ooh, this, and then like especially when Chris Evans was like, this, like they gonna say it.
He's gonna say it. Flame on.
And it was like, yes.
And I watched it in the theater, and people were like, because there were some people they're like, what? Like, and I realized a couple people didn't realize, because most people forget about that Fantastic Four movie.
It was two.
It was two.
Yeah. He was the Human Torch before he was Captain America.
Most people forget about that, and he's known for Captain America. There are a couple of people in the movie who was like, yes. I liked not just the fan service, but the nostalgia. So I'm going to ask a dumb question. Did Marvel finally get the rights back?
They've been got the rights back from 2019. It just took them forever to clear everything.
That's what I mean, because it's obvious.
That's why you haven't gotten like live action X-Men or Fantastic Four.
Yeah, because even when you had the Daredevil, not Daredevil. I keep calling him Daredevil. Deadpool. When had the last movie, you only had certain X-Men in it. You didn't have.
No, they had the rights for all the X-Men, but that Deadpool movie came out when 2018.
Part 2?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah. So
they didn't have the
So they didn't. They finally acquired the X-Men universe, the Foxman universe in 2019.
Yeah,
so this be after Deadpool.
It was obviously clear that, like you said, they just cleared it, and this is probably the first move they made since they did that, because there was so much nostalgia and fan service, and even the little like documentary video at the end where they were showing all the stuff moving up to it.
So
I almost forgot Michael B. Jordan was. I mean, I didn't watch the one. I heard it was terrible though.
Yeah, four stick. Yeah.
I didn't watch
the one, but I won't watch it.
No, I watched it, but it was like.
I heard most people said it was trash.
No, it wasn't. It was like, wait, like y'all still ain't get Fantastic Four right.
I liked Fantastic Four. They did the first.
I like the first two. I ain't gonna lie.
They weren't bad. Not as bad as people trying to make them seem. They weren't. They weren't bad. But,
yeah, but it's just like Iron Man 1 that came after that just raised the bar for comic book movies. That's all. Because even like, okay, people would say Spider-Man 2 is like one of the best Spider-Man, but best comic book movies. Okay. But you go back with Spider-Man 1, the Raimi one, is trash, bro. Like,
if you go back, but I think you have to remember when it came out.
No, bro. I rewatched all Spider-Man movies.
This is why I don't rewatch movies.
Yeah, I rewatched all of them before No Way Home came out. And that was 2021. And I was like, Spider-Man 1 is trash. Like, I remember being hyped for it as a kid. When you see all the bad effects and like...
Well, you have to remember it was ahead of its time at the time. And you have to remember, you have to look at things. Like, I started watching... God, what's this movie called? I'm watching it in chunks because I don't know how I sat in the end and watched 2 hours. Titanic, right? And if you look at certain things, all the CGI in Titanic still kind of holds up. But you also have to look at movies through the eyes of, at the time, this was innovative.
I understand that, but it's like...
Tobey Maguire was always not a great Spider-Man, but he kind of fit what Spider-Man was. Although I think out of all the Spider-Mans, Tom Holland did the better job.
Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker, but... Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man.
Yes, I will agree with that. And I think what made me... I never actually watched the Andrew Garfield ones outside of clips, but what made me so excited for him is because he was so excited about it. Like, he was so hyped to play Spider-Man, okay? He was hyped.
Yeah, and then they did him a disservice with... just giving him 2,000 movies and not really giving him a great script. Because he's the best actor out of all three.
He is. Let's just call spade a spade. He is. Because I remember when they first...
He just don't look like Peter Parker to me. Like, he looked like probably a 20, late 20, early 30.
Tom Holland is the only one that looked it because Tom Holland actually was a teenager.
Yeah.
And he's also got that boyish face and that very tiny stature that works. And... like I said, I remember with Andrew, it's me shaking the table, sorry. No. I remember with Andrew, before they announced who would be the next Superman, I think at Comic-Con, there's a panel where he's standing there in a Spider-Man suit, no one knows who he is. And he takes it off and he's like, I am so excited. And the crowd was all hype. And I think he did a good job. I just think, like you said, and you don't always sing this. You cannot. You could be one of the best actors in the world. Very few actors can outact a bad script.
Yeah. So, that's really what it came down to. And I mean, him and Toby going to be back in the MCU. Because literally, when they bought the Fox, it basically made everything that came before the MCU canon. It just was in its own separate universe. All right. So No Way Home and Deadpool, like literally everything that you saw, Marvel just be like, it's all canon. It all connected.
Canon now, yeah.
Like this did happen.
Like I said,
but it just ain't happening in this main universe. Yeah. But we acknowledge that this happened.
Yeah, I love the nostalgia and, like you said, the fan service. And I think we don't acknowledge it enough. Yes, we talk about Spider-Man, right? And for a lot of people, that was one of the first sort of big superhero movies.
Blade.
Yeah. We come in there. It was one of the first, like
Blade was the first.
I know, but I'm saying like Spider-Man was one of the big kind of like mainstream and Iron Man. But like if you look at it, Blade single-handedly resurrected the MCU. Like it was one of the because I think a lot of people don't look at Blade as a superhero movie.
No, they don't know Blade belonged to Marvel until later.
Yeah. So, but they also don't, like when you said to people like Blade's a superhero, like they don't see it as a superhero movie. It's like, oh, it's an action movie.
No, they think Blade, what was the vampire movie?
Underworld.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. Although that last one that didn't have Scott Speedman in it, we don't speak about it because it was trash.
So like people looked at Blade like in that same vein, that and the gathering of the Fantastic Men, or I forget what it's called.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah. See what happened with Blade? Blade came around the same time
like the
that there was this
the
like
Matrix and all.
Right, there was this boom in weird, not just weird action movies, but like you said, vampire, werewolves. Like, because when Underworld came out, it was something different, and of course, once you do something different, you start a trend. It was all these movies popping up about vampires that could fight and werewolves that could fight, and I still didn't get a decent werewolf movie, but that's neither here nor
What
there.
about Twilight?
Listen, I like you as a
Might as well
person.
watch Underworld if you.
I like you as a person.
Right.
Don't make me hurt you. The weird thing about Twilight, right? So when it
You
first
ever
came
saw the
out,
memes where I Blade in the background and I had Edward in the front girl? Like, yeah, we're gonna kill these vampires.
so Twilight, a friend of mine loaned me the book, the first one. And I don't know, it's in my early 20s. I kind of fell in love with it. And I remember being like, this is such a great love story. And I remember saying to the person I was dating, he's like, listen, I don't know, you and this love for this book and thinking this is great, this might be a deal breaker. I might have to break up with you because that book is terrible. Then I read the second one and that was a slog because that girl spent the whole book just whining and being depressed. And the third one was okay. And then by the fourth one, they destroyed one of my favorite characters, which is Jacob Black. And if even like, as I was reading it, I think it's because like as I went through this, I'm like, this is really bad. Like she's not a great writer. And I reread it again. This is why I don't reread things. She is not a great writer. Weirdly enough, she majored in English, but I had to Google how to write a novel. I don't understand that.
Wasn't she had some like learning disability or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
But for like and then they were like, oh, she's a Mormon. I'm like, that makes sense. The book,
Wow.
they essentially wait to marriage. But the book itself is...
Wait till marriage to what?
In the book, you've never read the terrible book. In the book, they wait until marriage. They get married at like 18. And the fact that she's Mormon makes the book make more sense. They get married at like 18. Because he's like, I can't turn you into a vampire until you... marry me, and it's kind of like, euphemism, whatever, for sex, blah, blah, blah. It's this whole thing. And it is an abusive relationship. It's controlling. And so many teen girls liked it. Like, he didn't want her to go see Jacob, so he removed a part from her car so she wouldn't go. But neither here. I did read Twilight, and I watched the first movie, right? And they were terrible. Even the star says those movies are terrible. So no, we don't count Twilight in the vein of like... And then it came out around the same time. True Blood came out, and True Blood is much better.
It was just all a joke. You didn't have to go.
I know. But I just had to explain. See, no, because I know people that when I talk about how bad Twilight are, was like, but didn't you read it? Weren't you? No. It's like, didn't you read it? Weren't you really into those books? I was like, yes, at the time I was, and I did read them, and then I really looked at them. They're bad. We all read things that are not great.
Yes.
We watch things that aren't great.
And that takes us back to...
Deadpool, Wolverine.
Not just that. Oh, well, what were some other things that you was excited to see?
Okay, so like I said, a lot of... Because I don't watch as many super reviews as y'all, but it was things I didn't even remember. Like, I forgot that Chris was the Human Torch. I forgot that until he said Flame, and I'm like, oh, shit, yeah! Oh, yeah! Excuse my language, sorry. I was like, oh, my God, yeah, he's the Human Torch! And I was so excited for that. What else? That fight in the car between Wolverine and Deadpool.
There were people was like that was a makeshift sex scene.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am sure if I go on AO3 right now, the explosion of Wolverine Deadpool fix is probably more than Spidey Pool. There's a thing with Deadpool.
Yeah.
But there's probably from that alone, I was like, I bet you there's going to be so many. I don't know what the ship name's going to be, but there's going to be so many Wolverine Deadpool fics.
I mean, Deadpool has a lot of partnerships with characters. It's Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool and Cable, Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Daredevil.
Spider-Man is the most, like, if you go on AO3 and you look at the pages, there is like over 4,000 and some pages just a Spidey Pool fic. Yes, that's their ship name, Spidey Pool.
Yeah, because Deadpool took his design from Spider-Man.
Right. Which is weird because I know Have they met in the comic books? They never met in the
they
movies.
best friends.
Yeah. Right. That's where it comes from. Okay, it makes sense.
So, you know.
But that Wolverine and Deadpool, I was like, there's a lot of homoeroticism here.
Yeah. I mean, that's how because I was like, I didn't even know Deadpool was queer.
Yeah, I think he said it in the second movie, maybe, that he's
He's
pan.
pansexual.
See, the thing is with Deadpool, I don't really feel like he has to say it because I think, it's very, like, when he's like, oh, I'm pansexual, like, it makes sense because he's hit on everybody. Like, he just, but it also comes off like I'm just joking for him because we know he's in love with homegirl.
Yeah. So that's what it's making it weird because it's like, but you just, but it's almost like he like a trisexual.
Yeah, Deadpool, like, he'll try anything else.
Yeah.
That ugly dog. Oh my God, that ugly dog.
Yeah, a dog pool.
And then when I looked his face, I was like, I can't watch. Yeah, but the face, look, first of all, look hitting people's face gross, and then the dog was not cute, and all God's creatures are cute. Bleh.
Yeah, I like seeing the pool core though.
Yeah. I love that.
Hold on, who is this?
It's Claire. Hi, Claire, who I've never met.
What's happening?
Yeah, you guys don't look like y'all started anything.
No, we recorded. You live on air. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Claire, who I've never met. How are you?
This is Archie.
I'm good. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
I had some car issues.
I heard. Sorry you couldn't make it next time.
Next time for sure. We will be in our probably annual, I think, Halloween episode or
September is next one.
Well, we can do the September episode, but the Halloween one is always be the classical one. That's the one we get in the most trouble for.
He says we.
The Halloween.
He says we.
Because we got in trouble for that OBS stuff.
You got in trouble. Okay, I was a little part of it. I was part of it.
But, all right.
Yeah, and then we do movie night. We didn't do movie night last time, though.
No, we didn't do movie, yeah. No, we didn't. Because we did movie night.
Last time was the cross, right?
The first time was the
first time was the craft. We didn't watch the movie last year.
We were supposed to, and then I don't know what happened.
I think we was tired or whatever.
Yeah, we were tired.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just having a whole discussion.
So, Claire, we shall catch up later. And if you still want to come true and you got a next ride, feel free, you see.
Where are you supposed to get a ride from?
I like her.
I mean, I was going to offer to be like, yeah, let me scoop you, but you didn't want me to know where you live, so I didn't ask.
Wow.
Bye, Claire.
Bye.
Right. Oh, man.
What's wrong with you?
Everything. So, yeah, I love the pool core.
What was your favorite of the pool core?
I love Kid Pool. I would actually want to cosplay as Kid Pool.
I thought they were like Kid Pool Curse or something. I was waiting on it.
Didn't Kid Pool curse? Kid Pool curse?
Kid Pool curse.
Yeah, there's a couple of curses in there.
Baby, I think it was.
No, the baby didn't talk.
So
baby Pool.
the baby Gago. So the thing is, I found out because I have a weird habit of Wikipedia movies when I'm watching them. I don't know why. Right? As I'm watching it live. So, because I had a feeling that Blake was Lady Pool. She was the voice of Blake Lively, who's Ryan Reynolds, who plays Deadpool's wife. She was the voice of Lady Pool, and then it was like a stunt lady doing all the other stuff.
Of course.
And Kid Pool was actually his daughter. I can't remember which one. I think it might be the same one that's on the Taylor Swift song. And the baby Pool is also his kid.
Yeah.
Those were his children.
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't it cool? Your dad lets you come to work and you get to cuss.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Hold on, there was his kids in real life?
Yeah, those are real life children.
No.
Kid Pool and Baby Pool.
Mm.
They have kids with very weird white names.
But yeah, I appreciate the pool, and they were just like, they had this whole action sequence. Yeah, we gonna kill him. Yeah. And then they bust through the window, and then you could see it was CG, and it was like, oh, yeah, I could just recover. Unlike, good looking Pool. You just use them as a shield.
We coming to him. Yeah, I
clothes.
loved when they had the fight scene and they were like, yeah. And then all of them just started because I'm trying to figure out why is Nice Pool not have the regenerative?
Yeah, that's why he don't have the crazy looking skin.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But nice pool. I don't know who did his lace front, but that wig was flawless. Whoever did Ryan, they must have called in a nice black lady. Or there's some white people that could lay a wig. But whoever did that was flawless, and it didn't move, and it looks like his natural hair. So whoever did that wig, they made Ryan Reynolds look pretty. I mean, he's not an ugly man, obviously.
Yeah,
but he looked pretty.
That's why it's nice pool. And then you know what I found out?
Still ugly, dog.
Ryan Reynolds was also in Blade too.
Yes, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't realize
that was his first big. So Ryan Reynolds, the first time I saw him was in Sabrina Teenage Witch, and then he was in Two Guys, a Girl in the Pizza Place, when he had that horrible crispy blonde hair. And then you didn't really see him in anything like that. And then he really blew up when he did Blade. That's when the whole action thing started. Yeah. And then it was Amityville Horror. And that's when people gave him carte blanche to do, he wanted to do, God, what is it called? He wanted to do Deadpool. But then they talked him into doing Green Lantern. And
no, he did do Deadpool. In Wolverine X-Men Oranges, but it was
he
just
said that was one of the compromises. The compromise was, too, they wanted him to do Green Lantern. I just saw an interview with him. They wanted him to do Green Lantern. And he was excited about it because, he liked superhero stuff. Yeah. And they also asked him to like soft launched in the Wolverine movie, but it was horrible. Yeah. And so then the movie got pushed back. But he campaigned for Deadpool for a very long time.
Yeah, he made the trailer and everything.
Yeah, he campaigned really hard. Yeah, and I love it.
He really, turned the character into a household name.
Right. And I think the first movie he was walking off set in the suit. And they're like, no, Ryan, you can't keep it because it's expensive. He's like, listen, I spent 12 years campaigning for this movie. Y'all taped my mouth shut in the first one. I am keeping the bleeping suit, and just walked off. That man earned the suit.
Yeah, because basically he is Deadpool now. Like, you can't...
Oh, he is Deadpool.
Yeah, like you can... I mean, it's a couple other people I can think of. I had a next person who would be probably a good Deadpool.
But he is associated with the character, like how Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman was iffy about coming back as Wolverine.
But
and so Ryan
Henry Cavill tried it. Yeah. Henry Cavill would probably make a good Wolverine, though.
But I think we can't see anybody besides Hugh Jackman.
No, we can see Henry Cavill.
He did. Oh, yes, he made a cameo. I love the cameos.
He would be a good Wolverine. Yeah. Like, he would be a taller Wolverine.
But I think most people just is Hugh Jackman. But... because they had a bunch of cameos, and when he was doing the different Wolverines, and Henry Cavill, one of them, he did a good job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He needs a franchise, because they did him dirty with Superman.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. This bro, he was on The Witcher. He did Superman now. He has a cameo as a Wolverine. Like, bro.
He needs another superhero franchise, a good one, because I actually liked Batman versus Superman, but it wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, but I think he would make a good Wolverine if depending on the story arcs that they do with Wolverine. Like, because it'd just be like, okay, I'm Wolverine. Or if they want to play less emphasis on Wolverine and just like have him there and have push other characters like how they did in X-Men 97. That would be good too.
Which I had to watch.
So like, because like the X-Men ain't just about Wolverine. Wolverine just became popular in the 90s because he was just great. And then, Hugh Jackman had a lot to do with that too.
He did. I was always more of a Rogue fan.
I can tell.
But the thing is, the way they did her in the movie, I mean, God bless Anna Paquin. She did her best. But they did her dirty in the movie, the live action ones. Like, they gotta do more with her character in the live action.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, y'all, you don't need to bleed Wolverine again for another 20 years. Yeah. Like, you have Wolverine there. Because they were saying, if they start introducing the X-Men, okay, we gotta have a separate Wolverine movie and a separate...
Y'all have had two.
You had
two
decades full of Wolverine.
No, they've had two movies. You had the Wolverine movie, which wasn't that great. They had Logan. Y'all don't need to...
No, I'm not even saying... That wasn't part of MC. I'm talking about the new Wolverine. You need to put a bunch of emphasis on Wolverine.
You have a million other X-Men. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm
saying. I'd like to see a good Rogue movie, a better Storm. Cause
you don't even need to separate them because I don't think Rogue could hold...
Well, not a whole movie. I mean, like push them more to the forefront.
To do one with Gambit. With Channing.
By the way, can we talk about Gambit? I did not expect Shannon to put that off, but he... I mean, the accent was a little...
I'm going to make something of myself today.
Now, the accent, when I first heard it, I was like, this accent is terrible. And then my friend I watched the movie with was like, yeah, but it's kind of right on. And I was like, no. And then I went and like watched videos of people from Louisiana. I was like, never mind, it ain't terrible anymore. Because that's how they talk. Yeah. And Shannon actually did a really good job. And apparently, Gambit is his favorite X-Men.
They even trying to push a Gambit movie for a bit of a decade.
You can always tell when an actor like loves the character.
Yeah.
Because they put effort into it, and I loved it. He did like a really good job as Gambit.
Yeah, Gambit. You can see more of him as Gambit when they go to Secret Wars and
I'm here for it.
Doomsday. But
I like Jennifer Garner being back, even though the Elektra movie was not that great.
Yeah.
No, but I like it was the writing. A lot of the movies that are
was
back.
Was it Ben Affleck? They wanted Ben Affleck to come back as
Daredevil.
Yeah.
And why didn't he?
I think it was some contractual things, or they just couldn't get the deal done in time.
Right.
That would have been dope, though.
I liked her.
Batman and Superman in a Marvel movie.
I liked her as Elektra, obviously. Dude, the theater when Wesley Snipes showed up as Blade. Because I think I saw it like way after it came out, but the theater was just like, ah! I was like, all right. Everybody was so hyped.
Yeah, because Wesley, Blade was him. Blade is the reason why Marvel is...
Marvel?
Yeah.
I know. And the man still looks good for his age. It's clear he's been working out and whatnot. Speaking of Blade, what's going on with the new Blade movie? I think...
Well, they keep on... No, Mahershala... Mahershala is casted as Blade, but they just been having setbacks with the scripts where they decided they wanted to make a TV show and movie. But I think this week they confirmed what they was going to go to with it for.
Wasn't there some sort of like back and forth between him and the writers or something like that?
No, Mahershala, it wasn't him because they already casted for the role. Mahershala appeared as Blade.
I mean, him
in Internals.
Because then someone was saying that he was saying that there's too many women in the story, and I didn't believe that.
No, it was more so Marvel and whoever directed they have for the movie. Like, it was just like things wasn't in line and they keep on shuffling. And the whole Jonathan Majors thing didn't make the whole thing different. That's why they had to go with Robert Downey Jr. as Doom.
Which, here's the thing about that, right? A lot of people apparently were kind of disappointed by that.
Because they feel like that's a cop-out, but they had no choice.
You pick a new actor then, like pick somebody else.
No, but
stop recycling. Damn.
No, but you could.
Here's the thing with Jonathan Majors, right? And he said it. He was like, he was a little shady with it, but I understand. He was saying how they gave Robert Downey Jr. a chance to redeem himself, and then they gave what's the little crazy? Not crazy. What's the little weirdos? Ezra Miller a chance to redeem himself. I mean, the movie tanked, but.
I mean, they didn't give him a chance. They just invested so much money for it to...
But also, it's two different companies. DC...
And then it's two different situations. Well, Ezra is alleged. Has he been charged and prosecuted?
See...
I know. No. But anyway, the Jonathan Major case is over. And he was found guilty of assault because on video, he picked up the girl.
She also found guilty of assault?
Yeah, but the thing about it is the objects of him... stuffing her inside the car. Right. If he just be like, wait, let me get away. I with you, I running, keep on running, never touched her, he'd have been straight.
And let's call a spade a spade. If that had been a black woman he put his hands on, this would not have been a big deal. But he made the grievous mistake of putting his hands on a Becky. And so,
That's why black queens ever, snow bunnies never.
And then, of course, he's dating a black woman. People's like, oh, he's trying to recover his
image. Yeah, they say that's his beard.
All right. Well, but the thing is, there was talk about when he was in school, he was a little weird with women too. So who knows? But
yeah.
And his career was going places. Now, it's also with the Ezra Miller thing, DC is a different company. Marvel is owned by Disney.
No, I mean,
has an image.
I mean,
to uphold.
With the DC thing is that
they invested so much money.
Yeah, they already invested so much money, and they was going through a regime change. James Gunn was coming in. This movie was already made, so that's why after that movie, he cleaned the house. They fired Henry Cavill after the Black Adam movie, which I think had promise because I loved seeing Dr. Fate.
Henry Cavill? I mean, it was one of the best Supermans, I think.
No, but it was gonna bring him out. But he just wanted to clean house. Like even
start over. That's why I guess he shelved the Bat Lady movie back.
No, yeah, they canceled. That's a tax write off.
I wonder why they
even Aquaman, Jason Momoa ain't gonna be Aquaman. He might be Lobo.
The last Aquaman was okay.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. And then even with the Blue Beetle movie, it was
I think also the thing is with Robert Downey Jr., right? It is not like he was doing his nonsense whilst he was Iron Man. His was and the thing is Robert Downey
went to jail and it was in
he worked really hard because for many, many years nobody wanted to touch him.
Yeah.
And I think he came back, not even with Marvel, it was Sherlock.
Yep.
And then Marvel took a chance, and apparently Marvel didn't even want to take a chance anymore.
Because they wanted Tom Cruise to be Iron Man.
Yeah, I think because they didn't think Robert Downey Jr. could pull it off.
No, they thought, but it would have been better if they were starting on this fresh company, and I'm gonna have Tom Cruise be our first character, our linchpin character.
And also he had
Actually, Tom Cruise might still come in Secret Wars as superior Iron Man. I thought he was gonna come in the Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Tom Cruise would make a good Tony Stark.
Yeah. If Tony Stark is Doctor Doom, you can put Tom Cruise as Tony Stark.
I think what happened is Robert Downey Jr. did such a great job in that role of superhero and like balancing it with that snark that we know well with Tony Stark, so it works. Also, because I went deep down the Scientology rabbit hole and to Tom Cruise.
Say and to Tom Cruise is a very good actor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But I went down the Scientology rabbit hole.
Yeah. So,
any other parts that you were like? Yeah.
No, that's basically it. I just can't wait because Doctor Doom is like one of my favorite villains of all time. To where I even cosplayed him last year. And at GomCon, we thinking about having Operation Doomsday as well. Nice. Stay tuned. That be a meetup that we might do.
Oh, two things. Mm-hmm. What did you think about the fight? Like the all-out fight? I love that.
Which fight?
The big fight where it was...
The standoff where...
Oh, well,
yeah.
I mean, it was cool. Typical any superhero movie. Like,
Okay, so I
enjoyed the whole them versus the pool core scene more than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was telling the person I went to watch it with, I was like, so my thing is, I thought, they were going to set up the dude, I can't remember his name.
Oh.
The one who started off the whole time spin, who wanted to... What was his name? Not Happy.
Oh.
The guy who's in charge, who sent them to the trash heap.
Oh, yeah, you mean the dude from the TVA.
Yes, thank you, guys.
No, I mean, they just made him a character that... Basically, this was a setup movie. Because it just basically set up more lore for them to capitalize on later. That's all.
But I thought he was going to be the big bad.
No.
And the thing is with Cassandra, right? Maybe it's just...
Cassandra Nova.
Y'all know I love me a good, redeeming arc. I thought when they had the conversation and he was like, your brother would have come and he would have whatever. I thought that they were going to redeem her. And my friend was like, you wanted her to be redeemed in 5 minutes? I was like, hey, I didn't say it was logical. I just wanted her... Because I actually really liked her character, a little psycho.
Let me tell you something.
I loved her little psycho behind.
In Marvel...
And sticking her fingers in people's
brains. They kill off their villains, which is something I think they shouldn't do. Because, I would
love to see her...
Like the God Butcher in Thor. Like the last Thor. He's supposed to be a way more gnarlier villain, but they didn't write him properly. And you wasted a Christian Bale performance on that character, bro.
Christian Bale is a great actor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you wasted a Christian Bale performance on this bad script, and you even flesh out this character to be bigger. And then, obviously people don't like Thor for it because it's like, bro, it's almost like Guardians 3.5 or 2.5.
Yeah, I have not watched the last Thor, but I heard a lot of people saying that. And
because it started off as a Guardians movie, and then, they just is like, okay, you just killing everything, and then you try to make Thor jovial. Yeah.
I think they
Which
don't
worked
really
for
know what
3,
to do
but it
with
didn't
this
work for this.
character.
No, they don't. That's why they fired the director and bringing him back a new one because they're gonna make a Thor 5.
Oh, I always can't pronounce his name.
Chris Hemsworth.
No, not Chris, the director. Isn't it like Taiki something?
No, I can't remember the director they have.
I know is because he's married to Rita Ora and he was in Our Flag Means Death. I can't pronounce his name.
So moving along.
And then also, I'm not gonna lie, right? One of my favorite parts is not only when she stuck her fingers in the guy from the TV, when she put her whole hand, which was disgusting, and dragged that dude along like a purse.
Yes, because she has her fingers inside of you.
And Gabe was like, she doesn't watch that. And I see when they were holding hands at the end, not at the end, when the two of them combined to override her power or whatever. I hope they find a way to bring her back because I like her.
Yeah, she a throwaway villain. They don't never.
Let me have this. They brought back Killmonger in some way. They could find a way to bring.
No, they didn't bring back Killmonger.
Hey.
You thinking about What If? Maybe in What If they could bring.
Not bring him back, but he was in the second Black Panther. They could find a way to.
I mean, he wasn't gonna be in the second Black Panther if Chadwick was. And rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
He still was because let's call a spade a spade. Him, Michael B. Jordan, and Ryan Coogler want to hold hands and make movies together forever, and we applaud that. We are here for it.
Yeah, but I mean, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. His death anniversary just passed recently. 4 years since he's been gone.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna. I mean, I like what they did with Shuri being the new Black Panther, and
they're gonna age up T'Challa Jr.
Probably.
Because like the story with Black Panther don't go nowhere. Because it's like, all right, you kill Killmonger, you turn M'Baku was the next villain from Mane to M'Baku.
How is he the next villain? Isn't he?
No, in the comics he's Mane, who is a villain.
Right.
So now M'Baku's the king. You kill what's your boy name? I forget what he called.
Swimmy Boy.
Yeah, the white boy.
Oh no, I was saying Swimmy Boy. I was thinking the Atlantean.
Oh, you talking about Namor? And then Namor. I mean,
they're now allies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the story goes.
The only way it would work, because from what they set up, it almost seems like it's going to be them and Wakanda against the rest of the world. Like that's
not going to be. Like, I don't know.
I'm saying that's the only way that could work.
That whole story arc don't have nowhere where it's supposed to land Doctor Strange in the same position too.
Yeah.
To where it's like we don't know what's going to come next. But that's just how Marvel Phase 4, which has been the worst phase, has been.
Although, I mean,
bring on Phase 5.
Dudes were really mad that Shuri was Black Panther. Any other community announcement? Because we spent a lot of...
Let's get to the hurricane season and the opening of school. You always know when it's peak hurricane season. Because you done buy that fresh uniform. You anticipating like what you have plans for this new school year.
It rains cats and dogs.
And then
cuts off your light. 20,000.
Yeah.
That's also a part of summer. Light getting cut off all of the time.
Yes. And not only that, why growing up, I know it was just me, but I always could count almost every year that school closing within the first 3 weeks of school opening up for hurricanes or a potential tropical storm, and it's just like, I get that.
That don't really happen that way anymore, except obviously Maria and Dorian. But
I mean, it hasn't happened in the last few years, but
thank God, because I don't think we could take another hurricane. Freeport and Abaco is still recovering.
Yeah, Grand Bahama and Abaco.
Yes, Grand Bahama and Abaco. But Freeport got hit the hardest. Did they? I could be wrong. Grand Bahama, let's go Grand Bahama.
Yeah, I guess the whole Grand Bahama.
Yes, yeah.
Freeport did get hit really bad this time, but Grand Bahama as a whole got hit.
I will say, I mean, offense PG is Freeport like.
Freeport.
Y'all need me and someone was just talking about it because she's from Freeport. Y'all need an injection of love, like some fun, some love. Yeah. Before Dorian and now after Dorian, definitely need. Because I wonder, ain't nothing to do, bro.
Not just that. Well, I found out this week that and that's you was actually in the office of the Prime Minister when Dorian was coming, and Y'all didn't have no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You were in the office and they were like, "Sorry, can't come and get
Yeah,
us."
but it flood, right? And
Yeah.
it's like a 3-story.
Yeah, and they had to
You
go on the
serious?
second floor.
We had to go on the second floor. And
They didn't have y'all evacuate beforehand.
No, but this didn't nowhere else to evacuate to.
There was nowhere else to evacuate. Now we had to change buildings after things settled down a little bit. All our cars and stuff flooded inside the parking lot. It was a lot of water. Bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, that was wild.
And I live in Pinewood. Dudes were on like jet skis and boats, obviously.
Wild.
Because the water, I came outside, right? Y'all know I'm short. I came
You
outside.
talking about today or during the rain?
No, I'm talking about during the hurricane. And it wasn't that bad today. Shush. During the hurricane, I came outside, right? Like it was up to hair, bro.
Man, I can imagine. That's real.
And even the night before, because I was sitting on my porch, because we moved all the stuff off the porch, and then you just be like floating around.
It came inside. It came inside.
No, it did not. Actually, yeah, some of it came like through the back door.
Oh, yeah.
When I came downstairs, it was almost to like the top, like it was to like the level of the.
Y'all didn't put no sandbags in the back door?
We did.
That was just a lot of water.
It was a lot. And like I tell you, when I went outside, it was so because I don't know, y'all have seen my dad's truck.
Yeah.
It was like to the middle of it, and I can tell you, people was in the streets in like jet skis,
Wow.
Boats,
Rowboat.
like to get down the street because you couldn't get in the car. It was like rowing a boat.
I don't know
And
what
then
you
in
do
the
with
back
it.
by my like where my aunt used to live in the back of South Beach because once that marsh swells up,
Lord.
bro,
Yeah,
you couldn't get rescues had to go in to pull people out.
Yeah, of course. I can imagine.
Because they couldn't get out their door. My friend said she was in the back of the when today gone to open the door. They couldn't because the pressure from the water. And they were scared because the water would have come in.
Right.
So was Dorian worse than Matthew? No. Okay, so I talking about affecting us, so I ain't talking about the mass destruction.
Well, if we talking about in general, obviously Dorian was worse.
Yeah.
Remembering Matthew because it's been a while.
No, Matthew was 2016 because I remember coming back home and Nassau looked like a war zone.
See, well, Matthew hit Nassau straight on.
Yeah.
We didn't get so much for Dorian as a lot of water.
Yeah.
But as far, like I said, general, Dorian was a worse hurricane. In fact,
Yeah, of course.
it was so bad. Like when hurricanes are really bad, they retire the name never to use it again. So Andrew, Matthew, Dorian.
Yeah.
And the reason why Dorian was such a bad hurricane. So Matthew, we look like that because Matthew is one of those fast-moving hurricanes that come in, whip through, and roll out. Why Dorian caused so much devastation? Dorian is what
Because
they
it was
call
slow.
a slow walking hurricane, which is it literally like walks. And with Freeport, Grand Bahama, sorry, got it. Because Dorian literally sat over them the whole. It wasn't even slow walking; it just stopped moving.
Talk with some stuff.
Like with Abaco, it walked through Abaco, taking a nice stroll.
Oh, it's going down to 2 miles per hour. Oh, it stopped.
With Abaco, would walk through, took a nice stroll, smelled the roses, bought some food. No, when it got to Grand Bahama, it stopped moving, so it just sat over them. That's why they got. I think they got it worse than Abaco.
Yeah.
Now that you mention that like that, I forget about it stopping. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That's worse because at least if a hurricane just come through, rip up and go, it's like all right, boom. But now you're just hanging out. It's like I like it here. I'm just gonna sit.
But hurricanes
Sorry.
just like it here for Freeport, bro.
Well, see,
Gene and Francis and Mark.
And
Dorian.
Yeah.
Dog.
And Gene and Francis came like back to back in 1 year.
Wow, yeah, right in the same 2 years.
It was it 2 years or 1 year?
1 year. One came 1 year, then one came the next year. So that
Okay,
yeah.
Because it felt.
It was within the year.
Okay.
And the thing is, I think when you think of certain like Mother Nature, I forget what they call them, but Mother Nature things, disasters. Thank you, natural disasters. That's it.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting I'm stuff in my eyes. Every sort of geographical region has their own like
form of that. It might not be hurricane all the time.
Like for instance, in the Caribbean or like say South America. Hurricanes. Anywhere there's water, you have a chance there's going to be a hurricane.
Typhoons.
Or typhoons, like how in Asia they have typhoons and monsoons.
Yeah.
You have like in certain parts of the United States, they have tornadoes, which to me is scarier than these scary.
Yeah, I have.
Actually, they say grandmama had tornadoes too.
Said like a really, really long time ago they had hail.
No, but they saying Dorian caused tornadoes to happen.
Yeah, because Dorian upset everything. Don't forget when Haiti had the hurricane, they had earthquakes, and they don't even have earthquakes because the hurricane upset.
No, actually, Haiti does have earthquakes because you forget the big earthquake.
Yeah, but sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah.
But the hurricane caused them to have multiple earthquakes back to back.
The cleansing of the earth.
Yeah. See, and then some places of earthquakes. And to me, I feel like earthquakes, tornadoes, maybe even monsoons and typhoons.
Forest fires.
Forest fires.
No. That you forget what happened to Australia early 2020.
Yeah, but the reason I'm saying those are scary, right? Because at least with hurricanes, even to some extent with typhoons and monsoons. So with typhoon, monsoons, earthquakes, tornadoes, you have no warning. At least with a hurricane, I can prepare for one. Or a tornado, you have a warning, but it's be like, hey, evacuate, a tornado's coming to you now.
Right now, you can see it coming.
Or like a monsoon, it'll just be like, we're on the beach today, and then you look up and it's just water.
Salami.
Right? It's a salami.
Salami.
Or a typhoon. With forest fires, see that too, you really got a warning. Because it could be someone setting the fire.
I mean, we was getting forest fires in the Bahamas this year too.
But we don't know real mass forest.
No, in Andros. No, yeah, and Andros and a couple of
But not as bad as Australia, because the thing
stuff would be in California or anything.
Well, you do remember Australia, or as we call it, the land of nope, is mostly bush. So when that catches and it was dry and the earth was going whatever. It's a lot. There was actually, I think in the States, California forest fires or somewhere, these idiots decided they wanted to do a gender reveal. And lit off a firework or some flare or whatever. And they started a forest fire that burned for like 5 hours and caused thousands of dollars in damage. And the poor firefighters had to get out their beds at like 12 o'clock at night and deal with all this, I think.
Yeah, that's why I used to.
I don't understand why everybody's so upset. Are you serious? I think some dude almost killed himself doing a gender reveal. It was like he blew himself up. Gender reveals are dumb.
So, what were some of your fondest memories of being excited to go back to school?
Graduating and never going back to
school. But okay, I will say I did like getting the new bags, the new books, the new uniform, like the new semester, like starting afresh. And it being on, granted, it was the same people. I think I was more excited, like, when I was in college, because it was literally a different set of classes and I would meet a different set of people. But, like, in primary school, high school, it was like, okay, it's starting off fresh and all of that. And it was by the second week, I was like, I won't go back to summer. But I am done. Like, the new clothes and everything is cute, but I won't go back.
I mean, that first day of school, everybody's all pristine, fresh haircut, fresh shoes. I think, like, the one thing you can't do, like, the first probably month of school and say you don't have no school supplies. Like, if you go to school and be like, wait, I can't borrow such and such, people would be like...
accepted. I would lose things all the time. And then I was the idiot that would lend people things and never see it again.
Hey.
That used to bug me. Like, don't let me lend you my, like, cute new pen and then you talking about you don't know it. Boy, if you give me my tri-colored pen that have all the cute colors, give me back my pen.
And then it's like, you would be like, yeah, I got new school supplies.
And I always had the good ones, too.
And then one thing I miss about, like, especially high school, I used to have to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning.
Never, buddy.
Yeah.
6.
Ooh.
No, because my mommy was superb about, okay, well, y'all wake up 5, so we can leave the house by 5:45, 6. Yeah, because we driving from Stapleton to go to Kingsway.
Ooh.
And then we would always beat the traffic, and then when she work herself back, it'll be, it worked out, because by the time she drop us off, it's we in the schoolyard by, let's say, 6:37.
But it was just waking up 6:30. The big traffic never is that bad over there, bro.
So it's like, I think as we got closer to 12th grade, I started waking up like 5:30.
That was the thing that I really liked about going to COB, not having to wake up early.
Yeah.
But my mother would do this. My mother would say this to me. So let me tell you something. I have to get up to go to work for 9 o'clock. I am not coming back for you. I was like, Mommy, I don't have class till when. Find something to do. I'm spending money. Go in the library, study, do homework. I don't care. I'm dropping you on COB's campus at 9 o'clock in the morning. You figure it out.
Yeah,
So I got home. I would take myself to the library. I would do work. Or sometimes I would hang out under the domino tree and talk nonsense. But that's neither here nor there. By the time I then spend a couple hours talking nonsense or doing whatever, I find things. Because when I say, like, was a dork, like, when I went to COE the first week, I learned that you could take out, I think, up to 12 books. Or as many as possible.
And that's the whole library.
Yeah, the librarians say they always remember, like, when she was like, I would tell new students about you because you're the only student I know that took out, when she said to me, you could take up to 12 books. I took out 12 books the first day.
Man, let me take you up on that offer.
And she was like, are you sure you're going to bring them back? She expects me to bring them back within, like, the 2 weeks. I had them back by the end of the first week.
So you read all the books?
That's back when I was a reader. Man, I need to get back into reading.
Dog.
Yeah, no, I read them all. Because the books, it was...
How long was the books?
I don't know, different lens. It was books I was interested in. Like, I don't remember all of them, but I remember one of them was 100 Years of Homicide in America. I read that in one day and then couldn't sleep. That was like... Because I actually... That was back when I could read, like...
Is it?
Shut up. Hello?
What is it?
Huh?
Part of the show's happening.
Like 10 minutes. Shut up. Anyway.
Yes, we love that.
Are you guys readers? Like, was reading your channel?
Bro, I wish I could read. I always say one thing I wish I could change about myself is having more time to read.
Let's see. I've always wanted to do a book club, but the problem with book clubs, right?
I don't have time to read.
I've joined book clubs, but then I realized, I don't get to pick the book, because whatever book y'all pick is a collective. And usually there are books I'm not that into. So I would love to join a book club and we just be like, all right, every week someone pick it, or we just figure it out. Like that. You don't have to read a book, There's a thing called Audible, even though I'm against audiobooks.
Yeah.
Do your
I
thing.
don't like traditional books anymore, but I like to read it on ebook or Audible.
I prefer the book in my hand and the smell, but I understand not everybody.
I don't even have time to listen to it because.
How do you not? Okay, you can listen to it in the car.
Okay, but I use the car time to listen to my podcast.
Listen to a book instead.
I can't.
What is he always telling me?
What?
You have to. Okay, so you have to make things a part, instead of seeing it as a task or whatever, make it a part of your lifestyle.
All
so instead of, hey, I go listen to my podcast. Maybe just one day. Today, say Wednesday is the day I listen to a book. And you don't even listen to a whole book. However long it takes your commute. And just every Wednesday you listen to a book. It could take you a month to read a book. Not everybody's going to read a book in a day because they ain't crackheads like me. But so make it a part of your life. So find them, like, what genres are you interested in? What's your jam?
I mean, I like more so self-help books.
Those are not my jam bag. But
yeah. Like I bought.
Maybe that's why you're not a big reader, because that's not like a book. A story is supposed to suck you in, and self-help don't suck you in.
Yeah, it's like knowledge game.
Okay, so what's a genre you would be interested in? Like you like?
I mean, fiction.
Fiction. There's fantasy. There's suspense. There's romance.
I don't think even I have a favorite genre of book I like.
If I
think about it.
An audiobook for you, I mean, do you have an Audible subscription?
No.
Just forget
it. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Free books too, right? Doesn't it?
I don't know if they have free books.
If
we'll use PG subscription.
Okay, so like what I like to listen to, I don't know if this comes where they have Audible documentaries or Audible, like I know DC had this whole thing where they crafted these stories. I don't know if that counts.
It does. I listen to audio dramas. I consider it to be a book.
Okay, so basically audio dramas.
You kind of get to take it, like, for me, I'm like, I don't read that much. And then my friend pointed out to me, she's like, you read fan fiction, that's still reading. It's not like a traditional book, but it's still reading. But I feel like if you find a story you're into, you can listen to it. And it depends on, like, the narrator, too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if we find...
Be a nice narrator.
We're going to have to use the subscription, but maybe if we find, like, a book that, like, sucks you in, like... Something you like, I was going to say, like, Lord of the Rings, but good God, no. Oh, speaking of which, that's another community next.
All right, go. Let me go use the bathroom.
All right, I'll talk. Y'all know I have no problem with that. So, I love Lord of the Rings, and I don't know if anybody's seen it, but The Rings of Power is on Amazon Prime. Is a TV show that is set pre-Lord of the Rings. It stars, like, all the people that was in, like, the original, like, Galadriel... who I think is going to turn out to be, how did I forget the wizard's name? I need to eat. Gandalf. Who I think, they haven't named the dude yet, but I have a feeling that's who it is. So it's set before that when Sauron first rise. The first season was great. I think the second season came out this weekend, so I know what I'm doing. So, yes, if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
I will go watch it because I haven't watched it yet either.
PG, you watching any shows? Any new shows tickle your fancy?
No, I need to get up so bad on shows. I need to finish watching not what's the thing not House of Dragons because I have to start.
I do. Right? I'm on like the third episode of the first season. So.
What the show is House of Dragons? I can't remember.
Game of Thrones.
I finished Game of Thrones.
I was just letting you know them last couple of seasons.
I know that.
Just know you're gonna be disappointed.
I know that much. And I'm coming up to the last couple of seasons, but I want to finish Game of Thrones so I can start House of Dragons. I want to watch Rings of Power because I didn't watch Rings of Power myself.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I hear that good too. I need to even finish The Boys because I didn't even finish up a lot of The Boys.
I'm on like.
I watched the first 2 seasons and I didn't watch
episode 2 of season 1.
Uh-huh.
I think at the time I was in the right headspace for it. I wanted something a little bit more.
What other shows? Is there another show that I need to actually complete that it escapes my mind though. I think it's another superhero show that I'm missing. But yeah, but I need to catch up. Like a lot of my subscriptions, I just let go away with by the wayside because I'm like, well, I got no money to pay for these right now.
I feel like I have too many at this point. I got Netflix. I got Prime. I gotta get back into them. I started watching because I have Disney Plus and I have an ExpressVPN, a VPN blocker, and I started watching more stuff on Disney Plus because I'm like, you take my money every month and I don't really watch you. I watch Prime and I watch Netflix, but I don't watch Disney. So I'm getting more into it, and like Disney has like a variety of different things now.
Right.
But I have been watching on it, like with my nephews, like Disney movies. Like I watched Lilo and Stitch for the first time since I was a kid. Lilo and Stitch is so underrated. Like it does not get enough. It doesn't get enough credit.
Right.
Like it's one of the better Disney movies, but I think it's because it wasn't a traditional Disney movie. Like you see it now with a lot of Disney Pixar movies where family and that sort of struggle. But Lilo and Stitch did that first.
Yeah. For real. Yeah, but I gotta resubscribe to Disney Plus too, because the one thing about me, I miss X-Men '97. I need to go. Like I could pirate them because I have good pirate sites, but I don't want to pirate some of these things. I actually want to do the show. You know, I don't be a talk about it, but sooner or later I probably gonna start pirating everything. Because I so backlog, like, bruh.
I understand. I have like so many things, and it's like I should watch this instead of been watching the old episodes of Law and Order. I forgot how dramatic. No, I forgot how dramatic that show was. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, Law and Order.
And I forgot how annoying Olivia is. But and then I have a whole I have a whole backlog because I had taken a break from like boiling because sometimes like I'll binge too much. I'm like, I need a break. And then like I took a break for like a month, and within the like month and a half, 2 months, like 1 million shows come out.
Real.
So now I got like a backlog of shows.
Right.
A backlog of
the backlog of
right.
shows that I gotta watch. I'm like, bro, y'all stop bringing things out, bro.
And since like BL has blown up all throughout Asia is like every week is another 4 shows from different places, and I'm like, I have so many I have to watch.
That was it. I think another Invincible came out too. I need to go watch because I didn't watch. I watched the first
Invincible?
I think Invincible season 2 came out. And I didn't watch.
What's Invincible?
The superhero film on Amazon Prime with Omni-Man and
Okay.
The cartoon.
No, I'm caught up. I usually use Amazon Prime for period dramas, but now I'm caught up. Yes, I said. I'm supposed to watch My Lady Jane on there, and then not Biodome. What is it called? Fallout. Yeah.
Want to say Fallout 2, Dre? They forget about Fallout.
See, and then I've taken to writing them down because I will forget.
Yeah, I need to write them down for real.
Because I will forget. Jalen, you okay?
And I don't know where I can find the time to finish them all.
So, what's your favorite memory? Because we were talking about what's your favorite memory in the first day of school, or like coming back to school after school?
Yeah, like I said, one of my favorite memories is graduating and not having to
not having to come back here
when
ever
I really
again.
Right, that to feel so like my whole grade 12 year was nice, right? Because I had finished a lot of my BGCSEs and stuff like that. I had a lot of free periods, right? And we was just all gagging in school. Especially like when we took like the mock, what we did in our school, we took mock BGCSE exams, which counted as our finals. So like around March,
that's what they did.
Yeah, like around March, we was just like, we don't gotta come to school if we want to. We could. Right, we had literally nothing to do. Every day we would have been like back and forth, like just playing dominoes or games or not coming to school or chilling. But I love that. But when I graduated, it was so funny. My dad is like the day after my graduation, he's like, "You don't get ready for school?" I was like, "School?" I was like, "I graduate, bro." He's like, "Oh yeah, you graduated."
I graduated.
That it feels so good. And what I did after that, I took off 6 months and then I went to college. That was the best thing ever.
I remember we wanted to have our prom after graduation. And our principal's like, I don't understand why I want to have prom after graduation. You know why. After graduation, unless y'all want to do like, at prom, y'all just want to be wild and do all these things. That's why. And we're like, yes, that is why.
That's exactly why. Can't bring that contract. I think we had our prom before. I hated our prom, bro. Our prom
was good. There was another school whose prom was across the hall. They ended up filtering into our prom because they knew our principal, because of their prom they was only playing gospel music. So they flew across to ours, and the people were like, no, our principal knew him. She's like, yeah, y'all can stay. So they ended up, because our class was so small.
How much?
35.
Oh, that's what school level?
Mount Carmel. And then, because it was so small, I wanted to make up the numbers. We had to invite teachers to make up the numbers. And my mother was a teacher. She brought my dad, obviously. And my poor prom date was dancing with me, and it was hilarious because it's like this. I'm like, sir, this is us. I'm like, sir. And every time like I get closer, he'd look at my dad and be like, and my daddy got that default resting bitch face. So he just, and then my mommy's like, babe, stop.
What does?
The weird thing is my prom day was kind of picked up by my mom. Because a bunch of you wanted to ask me. And I was like, I'm not even going. I'm going with my friend. And they didn't even ask me. They asked her. And he asked her. And she's like, yes, he's an upstanding young man. And he was like, he wasn't going to. He was the year, but no. I mean, it's like, I probably ain't going to my prom anyway. So he was sharp. We had a good time.
Nice.
My mom approved. And the thing is, I was like, okay, whatever. Because I was just planning on going with my bestie. And it's a good thing because my bestie was like, great, now I got to find a date. She's like, since you got a date, now I got to get a date. I don't want to go by myself now.
Serious thing.
Because we were supposed to go together.
Right. However, I do remember one memory of coming back to school. Like, I wasn't excited about this memory because this is when I first entered in high school, so I didn't know what was going to happen. I went to school that morning. I remember this was the first day of school, and me and my bro from primary school, he's my boy, right? And he's like, yeah, but I know the people in grade 11 and 12, right? So that could be straight. We could be cool with people in the upperclassmen and something. And surely he introduced me to some people in grade 11 and 12. This one boy from grade 11, he was like, yo, that dude over there, right? He points to this one guy. He was like, I can call him over. When he called him over, he's like, y'all call him bucket to his face.
No, we will not, sir. You can get us punched in the face.
No, that was the point. He was going to protect us, you see. So he's like, hey, Bucket, what's going on? It was so bad. He was like, wait, how you going to call me Bucket?
Why did they call him? Are you okay?
They was like,
yes.
I guess. It was funny.
People will give, like, I don't know, Bahamians gives you the weirdest nickname.
We was running rampant, but because, like I said, we had the protection of the upperclassmen. We had grade 12s and grade 11s on our side. You know what that is being in grade 7.
Yes.
You got upperclassmen, them just...
That's my whole history.
My brother's friends, and, like, I had other, like, cousins and stuff.
It's cool.
Speaking of like school in summer, right? You know what? Like one thing that grinds my gears when you leave school, right? And then you come back after you've graduated. It's like
Come
so
back
y'all.
after you graduate.
Yeah, like if you visit the school,
Or sometimes no, you visit or sometimes you have a reason or whatever. Like you go to pick someone up or whatever. I came back for something I was in and they had it at the school, and you go back and you're like, bruh, so y'all wait till after I left to start doing things? Like you know
that typically
XYZ
happens.
I sold so we can get an air condition because I went to 3 schools. Air condition in this auditorium and I was still sweating. I come here now, y'all got fancy cafeteria. Y'all got air conditioning.
What school you went to?
I went to QC in Carmel.
Okay.
And we didn't even have a cafeteria. It was just like a thing in the wall. It was an old classroom. Now y'all got a proper cafeteria with seats. Y'all got like a proper this and a proper... So y'all wait.
Move on up when you...
Unless, of course, you went to Kingsway and they still waiting on the pool. So
Yes, I know.
Kingsway have a pool now, eh?
Did they? No, because
not to my knowledge.
Can I tell you, if Kingsway had a pool, every ex-Kingsway person...
We come in that pool, bro.
And they come in, they would be like, we finally have a pool.
Because we literally been waiting 30 to 40 years for this pool.
Y'all have done so many PTAs and fundraisers for this pool.
Like, it's ridiculous.
It would be all over social media. Kingsway finally has a pool. And then...
No, because that's why...
They have a pool party.
Low-key, that's why... Well, the Alumni Association isn't as strong at Kingsway, even though the alumnus is singular and alumni is plural.
I think.
Anyway, the alumni from Kingsway are very prominent in society, but it never comes together to help the school.
Well, maybe they should, and the school might actually get a pool.
No, we ain't doing that.
Because then y'all can't use it?
Yeah. No,
I was gonna, if I was from there, I was jumping.
I guarantee you, if the alumni come together to get the school a pool, they're going to kick it off.
The alumni...
Y'all will use that. They're going to use that pool more than the students.
This is the thing. The alumni of the school don't check for the school. Because they already feel like they put a lot into school and the school ain't do what it do. To the point where a lot of the alumni have kids and send them to other schools already.
I feel you.
So it is what it is.
I'm just saying, if they ever get a pool, y'all are going to throw a pool party.
Of course. I will be there and have a live podcast from there. And I have many other members.
They will be in the pool more than the actual students. They'll be like, listen here, you little whippersnapper. I worked for this.
Yes. But what did we learn today? Taboo is great. First day of schools, stock up. It's hurricane season. If there's plenty of water, Archie and him probably almost make it today because my little car couldn't go on all that water.
Because I need a car.
She lives in a flooding zone.
I live in the pines. There. I live in the... You think I'm bad? You need to see out in the back, like South Beach. Like
I know. I ain't going there. I really wanted to come here because I know around here is flood.
I didn't realize until I got out the car and cold water welcomed me.
Yes.
What did I learn today?
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children.
You know it was a Negro spiritual, but they also use those as code for like slaves when they were running away.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
I will double check that because someone come, that's not true, and then
yeah, because I'm like, okay, did the slave catchers sing their song or did they?
No, when they had the Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
To tell them when it was the wade in the water, supposedly, like I said, double check, was to tell them it's okay to come across the person who was guiding them on the Underground Railroad, which I always thought was an actual railroad until I got older.
That's just a code name.
I was like 8 when I heard about it, so that was an actual railroad.
How did they build Old Train and Railroad?
Because I used to read, this is what happens when you read things. I used to read the American Girl books, and Addie obviously was the first one that was bought for me because they could buy a little black girl. So that was... Speaking of books, what was your favorite book as a kid?
The Bible.
Burns the Bible.
Lies.
Like I said, I wasn't really a big reader. Measured by a Man by Sidney Poitier. I think that was his autobiography or.
So he
another
started
book.
on the self-help kick. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite book as a teen?
Probably The Count of Monte Cristo.
It's a good book. It's a good book.
Yeah, or Raising Nation. Or it was another Caribbean writer book we had to read.
You had to read this in school, didn't you?
Yeah. I tell you, I wasn't really like into reading or whatever. Like, you know.
I was such a dork. My brother was doing BGCSE. I read Animal Farm when I was 10. I love how y'all both was like,
Because like Ottoman Farm and Lord of the Flies, sort of in the same.
Yeah, I read Lord of the Flies in high school, but I didn't really understand it until I got older. Obviously, like the whole thing about Animal Farm, I was just like, why do pigs so angry? Favorite book as a kid. I was obsessed with Enid Blyton books, and of course, Babysitter's Club. Babysitter and Goosebumps.
I just want to say Goosebumps too was nice.
As a teen, the Mallory Tower books. That's Enid Blyton still. Tree Goes in Brooklyn. I had so much books. Tree Goes in Brooklyn, and there's one more. I can't remember what it is. It was a series, I think. It's not coming to me. I read Sweet Valley. Yeah, I read so many books I can't remember. One of the only books that stands out is a book called Cindy about a prostitute, because I was once again 11 and reading it, and I was almost finished, and my auntie realized what I was reading and took the book from me. Well, I didn't know. I just had so many.
Yeah, that was how. I mean, I have another story about a book I looked at. I wasn't supposed to look at, but that I can say that for another day.
That's the weird thing about someone who likes to read a lot. You tend to end up reading books that you shouldn't. Like A Tale of Two Cities. This is one of my faves. My aunt bought me a box of, for Christmas, with a box of classic books, and that was one of my favorites. And The Man in the Iron Mask. But you do end up reading because you just like to read. You read books that are probably not appropriate for children. Like Mommy, I'm Sorry, all of your Mills and Bones and Harlequin books. I had no business reading them at 10 and 11. And 8. Not a single business.
So this was a great.
BG, favorite books. This is the last one.
When I was a kid, like you said, I like Goosebumps series.
Everybody like Goosebumps and those are not greatly written books. You know, we love them.
I mean, it was for the time.
For the time. Them and Fair Street for the time.
Right. When you grew up and saw that, they was just always swerving at them. I'm like, oh, man. But I used to like them, the Bernstein Bears, when I was a child. So I used to love those books.
Yeah.
As a teen, I read a lot of comics as a teen, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And then as an adult, like, I get it. I did read some self.
I used to like Captain Underpants too.
Yeah, Underpants is solid too.
Do you have a favorite book as an adult? We're going to get you. Jalen, by the end of the year, we get you reading or listening.
No, I think I have a favorite book as an adult. I just like law-based books on fantasy stuff.
So you should like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah, I like
Have you
those.
read The Wheel of Time? I tried. That
No,
is.
I didn't watch. Read.
Watch it first, but read it. But it is not a slog. It's a lot of books, and he is very wordy. It's like, dude, did you have an editor? So it's very dense. It's a very dense book, but I think you'd like it.
You know what books I like as an adult? Tale of Serious and Watching in Events. I like how Lemony Snicket's writes.
I like that.
You have a really good writing style.
I mean, he turned out to be a dick, but anyway. We go live back.
Wasn't they supposed to have a movie?
They've had a movie and a TV series.
Because it was that, and then they were supposed to make a movie with.
It was actually supposed to make
It was with like an X-Men. Was it that same author? Yeah.
I think they're supposed to make another movie, and I think it got scrapped. I remember that specifically.
Yeah, it was a movie.
I think the reason it got scrapped, so it came out about Lemony. I forgot what his real name is. They actually found out what his real name is. He apparently is a bit of a little. He's kind of a creep, and all these stories came out about him harassing women authors and making untoward sexual advances and just being a general creep and then being kind of a dick. So you know. Unfortunately. I think my favorite book as an adult, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I mean, I will read anything Pratchett, Terry Pratchett, by Neil Gaiman, like Good Omens is good. If you've not watched Good Omens on Amazon Prime, go watch it. Or anything by Terry Pratchett. Like I just love. Y'all know who Terry Pratchett is?
No.
So Terry Pratchett is this. Unfortunately, he's passed. He writes fantasy humor books. Like those are really good. You would probably, and he narrates his book, so you would probably like it. Oh my God. He unfortunately passed due to complications from Alzheimer's, which was sad since he has such a great mind.
Yeah, that sucks.
This was fantastic.
Yeah.
I learned that my will for reading more shall be finally realized.
We're not gonna stop.
I know. So, that's always good. Because I always be like, I could always. I don't know how I became a writer and don't like to read. And
right? Yeah. How does that work, Jalen?
I don't know. Only I could do something like that. But thank you all again for watching another episode of Tool for Cartoons.
Bye.
We sign out. Hopefully, Gabe is with us this next time.
Next time.
And we're going to be in September. Also, we may talk a little bit about cuffing season at another point. But her cuff is waiting for her, and we got to sign out.
I'm not talking about cuffing season. Bye.
Hello.
You guys be safe and, I don't know, be safe and be kind to others and be kind to yourself.
Yeah, I'm out. Actually, we ain't talking about Vibes Cartel being free either. But
okay, you want to talk about
No, this is a good
Alright.
man. We do
Yeah.
Especially with Gabe, because Gabe
Hey,
jokes on
free
that.
guys talk. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about
Free
Gaza
word
next
law.
time.
Feel it, yeah.
We're a boss.
Yes.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Watching cartoons separates you from others.